had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. Scratching my nutsack.
Hi guys, Doa Cookie back, and I'm in a new location today. This is a little pond that I walk past when I get to work. And since you enjoy the birds and the sunshine, yes, that's a magpie, so much, I thought I'd come outside and film this for you today. I am sitting on the grass in the beautiful Queensland sunshine today. So it's twofold for you. You get some of the weather and you get some hot tea. Well, not even hot tea. Somebody said it really well. Cliff's Notes. I'm going to give you some Cliff Notes of the drama that's happening with Foodie Beauty. So here we go. Okay, so there is a creator. Some of you might know who this person is. I'm not going to say their name because I do not want to send traffic his way. If you want to watch him, go watch him. Please do. I, however, do not support or like his channel very much, and I don't want to send any unsuspecting people over there to hear what he says, hear his stupid laugh, and watch him just sweat his life away. But anyway, drama. Okay, so we're talking about fake drama, guys. Fake drama. Okay, the theory is that back in the day during the Olympics between Nada and Chantal, they were doing it intentionally to create cash draws, to create that coin for fake views, the back and forth. It was planned, and they were sharing the profits from Foodie's channel. This was the deal that's come up between Chantal. This is what Nada's inferring anyway. This is some of the receipts that he's dropped. Now Foodie, with all good intentions, has dropped her own receipts to show that he's a liar, a manipulator, trying to prove that he's a liar. Now, while doing the receipts, she's proven that how gullible she is, how delusional she is, and that she in fact was a complicit and premeditated liar as well as a spontaneous liar. She just makes stuff up on the spot. So her dropping her own receipts only made her look worse and didn't prove anything to us, because here's why she didn't need to prove it to us. We already knew. We knew from day one, the day that she picked up the random math pipe, that he was no good. There was something up with this guy. We hated him from day one. We were already switched on. We already knew the game he was running, using her for money. She was the only one who was either pretending or didn't realize that was his shtick the whole time. Yes, I love you. Give me $500. Yes, I love you. Give me some groceries. Yes, I love you. Buy me cigarettes. Like, we didn't know. And incomplete screenshots do not give a full picture of the back and forth. So anyway, so the fake drama was planned, we think, back when they were intertwining themselves, but we feel like there's some more created drama between Allah and Chantal. That's just a theory. I don't know about that one. Haven't thought too deeply, but it's a massive possibility. But I like to think that it's true, that Allah really doesn't like Foodie, and that he's really just not wanting her to be with Salah because he sees what we see in Foodie. He's got the vision. He knows that she's garbage and doesn't want him for her friend, but her friend is turning out to be complete garbage as well. So two of a kind, birds of a feather and all that. So there's that theory, is that Allah is also in it for drama, and that the Nada and Dee thing is all created for drama. Now, it could be working in two different ways. That yes, it's planned and premeditated and they're doing it for views to make the coin, or they are feeding off each other without actually planning it together. He keeps responding, she keeps forcing back. They are doing it without being in on it together. They are working independently, but they know the situation is that they're feeding each other's views, and that therefore drives traffic, therefore gets views. They're unintentionally playing into it together. This is the theory. Either way, I'm all for it. So she did drop some nuggets. You know how I love the Foodie nuggets. Oh, I'd say the chicken nuggets, but they're more like poop nuggets. You know, one of those things. The only way in the world to be fulfilled is to travel the world. Travel. You're not traveling, you're not fulfilled. according to the logic of Foodie Beauty. These are the 3 things you need in life. A man to validate you, to travel to places in the world, like get on a plane and move without intention or good cause, just go. And food, basically. Food, these are all the things you need in the world, okay? Now, the concept that your character and the things that you fill your life up with can make you content means a full life. Not career, not family, not love, not real relationships, not self-care, not mental health, not physical health. None of these things can create a good life. It's just traveling. As long as you just physically move yourself to one location to another, that creates contentment and fulfillment. It means you're doing something. People can not leave their state, country, community, village, their entire lives and have fulfilling lives because they have a life of meaning. Foodie doesn't have any meaning in her life. YouTube is the most meaningful thing she does, and that's most people's side hustle, hobby, entertainment, but it is Foodie's everything. Now, she thinks having Salah as a husband is a flex. This is her big flex. This man that says awful things to people, and we know what they are. If you don't know, you can go back and watch some of the barbecue chicken, just saying FFG's reactions. Marley Hendricks, I'm sure they've got it there too. He has said some pretty bad things to people. He has said some things to a friend of mine directly in chat that is pretty bad. He has said some really bad things about certain communities that are just awful and terrible. She thinks this man is a flex. His character is crappy, therefore it's not a flex. Being married, not a flex. Being claimed by someone is not a flex. It's just not. Being a good person, feeling good about yourself, being positive, that is what we should be aiming for. As an individual person, be okay. And if you find another really awesome person to be with, that's wonderful, but you don't need it for people to respect you or think you have integrity or think you are valid or worthwhile. You don't need another person. You don't need to attach something else to make you more. You should be enough on your own. That's the flex. Yeah. Individuality is a flex. Yes it is. Foodie likes to think that she is the star of Girl World, but at the same time not connected to Girl World. Now, I kind of look at Foodie a little bit differently. She thinks she's the sun, and we all revolve around the sun. I think of her more like a black hole. Like anything that comes within the vicinity of that gaping hole of her mouth, of her life, of her energy, just gets sucked in and spat out the other side. It pulls in all the negativity. It's like a negativity vortex, and whatever comes in vicinity of it, it just sucks it out of you. She's like a magnet. So less like a sun and more like a black hole. For food, for men, for energy, for negativity, for, just all of it. Just negativity. Black hole. That's what she is. She called Sarah Jane, who is a friend of mine, weird. She says she's weird because Sarah's got friends. That makes Sarah weird. Now, Sarah's not trying to be accepted by anybody. Sarah is a good person. Sarah chills, Sarah hangs out, she does a thing, and she reacts to you. And Sarah's very kind. She's actually kinder than a lot of people when it comes to reacting to you. She tries to be very fair, but she does call out the behaviour. Now, to say that Sarah's weird, that's Chantal's opinion, but I'd also like to take the opportunity to point out a few weird things that Chantal's done. And yes, I know Chantal doesn't like to go back to the past, but she likes to pull everybody else's past up. So let's reminisce, guys. Okay. The ball bouncing. Yes, the big balls. We like to get cracked out of our minds and bounce on those up and down. We like to do a thing I like to call the fupa shunt, where we stand, we plant our 2 feet, and we throw our enormous fupa forward. So it makes like a slapping sound. Yes, that's something that we do. Greening out on the daily on a filthy, dirty llama while we giggle and slur ourselves to sleep. It's kind of an abnormal kind of behaviour. Using a back scratcher to eat mac and cheese. Yeah, that's kind of weird too. The rat face, I'm going to call it weird. Yes, it's very, very, very weird. Just to name a few. The voices. The weirdness of how many different voices this lady has depending on the day, circumstance, mood, topic at hand. It's all very weird. Next thing on my list. Okay. She poses the question, who shows a wedding certificate online? I don't know who shows a wedding certificate online. People who have been constantly called out on a fake marriage potentially can clear all of that up by showing a wedding certificate. Someone accused of skirting the Kuwaiti laws, marriage certificate. Somebody who has been a professed liar and an alleged liar could show a marriage certificate. Now, love, if Charlotte's got some embarrassing middle names, that's okay. It's not like you're showing any personal information on there, and anything really personal or identifying, you could black out. We know Salah's name, we know your name, we know you're in the city of Kuwait. There's nothing on there that we wouldn't be looking for or that's going to dox you, and anything that does you can easily black out. That's the kind of person that would show a marriage certificate. Somebody who's trying to clear up and remove allegations of a fake marriage. Not that you have to, but it would be very, very, very easy for you to show us something to prove that we are in fact idiots and that we are liars and that you are right and that we were wrong all along. That's the kind of person that would show a wedding certificate. And Chantal is still on the DD hate train. Now, Chantal, you seem to think that is quite the stretch. That Nader is a guy that plays hard to get. That he is very selective with the women that he sleeps with. Ma'am, I predict that if you shaved down an orangutan, he would have a crack at it. Him sleeping with you does not prove that his standards are so lofty and so high that Dee would not stand a chance. I think a donut would be in peril if you put it in the same room with Nader. It would not be a stretch for Nader to sleep with Dee in the same breath that he would sleep with you. He's not a hard press. He would sleep with a hole in the wall. Yeah, okay. You didn't catch a cutie, I'm sorry. He's gross and pretty much anyone could have him, so yeah. And another way that Chantal manages to diss herself by trying to prove something or show us all up for being idiots and being overreactive. She's claimed that Animal Protective Services have come and inspected her house and have said that BBJ's physically fine. She's got clear eyes, her fur's fine, she's just a little bit old, and that would explain why her mobility is not so great. And yet, she just glosses over the fact that other adults whose job is to inspect households and conditions for animals to live in have told you, after seeing your home, that you need to clean it to improve the living conditions for animals. Not for kids, not for people, not for adults, for animals. Another adult has told you to clean your house as part of their job. Not a glimmer of shame. Not a glimmer, not a sliver of embarrassment. Mortified. I would be mortified if people were checking my home and told me I need to go clean it up. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, where? But we know that Chantal thinks it's okay to have dirty floors, dirty carpets, unwashed sheets, unwashed bed clothing, and throw biscuits on the floor for her cat to eat. We know that house is filth. So we know James doesn't clean, and we know that Foodie probably left it in a mess as well. So, but yeah, she needs to clean her house to make it better for her cats. Okay. And she was also talking about taking Sam to Kuwait, but not BBJ. I think there's two reasons for this. One, as soon as she gets back, she's planning on taking BBJ out of the equation. I think it's mentally decided that's it. So she's only talking about Sam in the future tense. She's not talking about BBJ. She only talks about Sam, perhaps taking Sam to Kuwait. Perhaps, but no, the airports. But she's not talking about how that would affect BBJ. I think she's already decided BBJ's outcome. Yeah, gross, filth, disgusting. Yeah, horrible. And no emotion around it either. Non-emotional. Doesn't care. This is my impression of her her nonsensical, self-deprecating, self-incriminating. She just basically showed us that she is a gullible, delusional simpleton. And what she says, it took so long for her to see that he was using her. We saw the first day and week. And for somebody who has so much experience with men, because she used to talk about how experienced she was and how many lovers, because she doesn't have boyfriends or conquest, she has lovers. She has no experience with people like this. So she's never met a liar. She may not have never met an abuser before, Nada, but she's met manipulators. She's met people who have solicited things from her in gross ways, whether it's food or rugs or other things. She's used her body to get them. She's used her weird behavior to get them. She's not only been offered things, but she's offered herself up. I don't think Nada was quite as the bigger the mystery to her as she makes out. I think she knew exactly what was going on, and she bought into it because it was giving her something that she needed. But am I saying she enjoyed it? No, because I think there were some truly, truly, truly horrible moments with this man. But Foodie's life experiences is that I manipulate people successfully and I always get what I want. Well, she hit a hard wall with Nada because he too is a manipulative narcissist, and he always gets what he wants and he always gets out of things. So when those two brick walls collide, implosion. And I don't think that's what she was expecting. I think she was expecting another person to manipulate because she had something he definitely wanted. Money. Didn't want a body, didn't want a heart, didn't want her attention, wanted that money, and he knew what he had to do to get it. And eventually even he, the greedy, disgusting, manipulative grifter that he was, even he couldn't stand her after that. Couldn't stand her after that. Yeah. Even somebody who's so desperate for money threw Chantal away. Somebody who was an abusive narcissist threw her away. And that's got to hurt your ego. And we know Chantal's all about ego. That's what drives her ego. But anyway, that's it. That's my video. That's my Cliff's Notes for today. I hope you enjoyed the sunshine. If you'd like to, hit the like. If you agree or disagree with what I've said, or have more thoughts that you'd like to share with me, put them down in the comments. You know I read them. And if you'd like to, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, about to get away. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Sunny day, make way. All the stress and doubt, yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me, cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana, fresh cut sushi on a platter. Brandy, honey, it don't matter, shots till I drop. Gonna be 24/7, golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take it higher. Got no time for never, only spending cheddar. Wish I could do this forever. Chilling with the